What's up, everybody? It's time once again for Lake St. Clair Fishing Report! The Lake St. Clair Fishing Report is brought to you by Rose Marine. What's up, everybody? Justin here, and I just got back from vacation, so I'm a little delayed in getting you out this week's fishing report. I did hit the lake on Monday, took a look around, did a little fishing, did a little fun exploring. But two things went wrong. First thing, as I was starting my day, I slipped on the dock, fell, landed on the edge of the dock on my tailbone. So that has been very, very painful. Probably shouldn't have went fishing after that. But I did anyways because the lake was glass. I had to go out and I had to go fish. Second thing, I'm about halfway through the day of fishing, driving across the lake, heading to the firecracker coming out of the middle channel. And suddenly I lost all depth on my graph. I thought, well, maybe it flipped up, which has happened before. I slowed down. All of a sudden I hear a tap, tap, tap. I look back and I see water spraying in sequence with the taps. Knew that wasn't good. And well, I ended up breaking my transducer. So I just got done this morning picking up a brand new total scan. So now I have to install that. So I do want to thank a subscriber that happened to be following me on Instagram as well. And he says, hey, dude, I have an extra one. Would you like it? So thank you to that subscriber. I'll put his name down below here. Go give him a follow. Friggin' awesome. I think it's Fish to Work or Mark to Work or Fish or... I can't figure out usernames, guys. I'm sorry, I suck. But let's get into this week's report and what I seen while I was out there on the lake. So when I was out there checking the conditions on the lake, I noticed a few things. Up in the river, I saw temperatures hovering around 68 degrees. I know out in the lake, everywhere I went, I had 71 to 74 degrees out there. At the weather buoy, you know, that number that I showed you that you could text to and actually get the water temp and wave height. That over the last week or so has been hovering around 68 to 72 degrees. So I'd say we'll just call the lake 70 to 72 right now. We got some cooler nights, we lose a little bit. Then we've had a couple hot days and a couple cooler days. So all in all, great weather out here this week on Lake St. Clair. I'm sidelined slightly, so I've been working on some other stuff for work and digging into that, trying to get ahead on that stuff. I just two-part epoxied the old transducer to see if I can get a little more life out of that, and I'll be installing the total scan here, hopefully, or attempting to do it here any day now, and get that installed on the boat, and then I got to go out and get that all set up on the boat. Can't believe I haven't had side imaging or downwind imaging at the console this entire time. But it's gonna be nice having it. But let's get into this week's report. So for you guys chasing bluegill and crappie, man, you have been getting some nice fish. You don't hear about these reports, guys, that much, but I can tell you from what I've seen cruising around the flats, there's potential to come out here and just hammer some big bluegill right now. A buddy of mine posted some pictures of some mega crappie that he got out here, and also they're getting some nice panfish down in the Detroit River too, in the Gibraltar Trenton area. So maybe you can go down there and get some of that action. Harson's Island, Walpole area, all that's producing really nice bluegill out here right now. So for you guys chasing yellow perch, there is plenty of good fish out along the shipping channel and down on the dumping grounds to be had. But if you want to selectively target big fish only, think like a bass fisherman, but fish the following areas: along the channels up around Harson's, Russell, Squirrel Island. This is what you need to do. You need to fish the channel mouths that are all break-walled coming out into the main river current areas, and then any of these slow flats off to the sides that have natural shorelines, locate those weed patches. There are some absolute beautiful perch to be had in those areas. Now, you're not going to sit on one spot and catch your limit, which is 25 on the U.S. side, 50 on the Canadian side if you have the right license, or 25 if you don't have if you had the conservation license. But you can fish drop shots, you can fish live bait, you can fish those small little spy baits that you can pick up at SDI, which work awesome on perch. I catch them on the bass ones all the time. Those smaller ones are more in their wheelhouse. You could throw TRDs right now and catch big yellow perch. And since the limit's only 25, why not go after those big dogs? And you can basically have a milk run of spots in this north, the middle, the south channel, the Snye, New Baltimore's highway, you know, all those main current areas through the flats, the Bassett, the Chimatagan. All those are going to have perch in them right now. So go explore, and you can find some really cool perch bites, all artificial. And if I can get my tailbone feeling better, I might just go do that myself. Walleye fishermen, you guys have it so easy this year. The fishing has been absolutely incredible. Up in the St Clair River, guys on shore catching limits day and night. There's guys whipping, catching fish. There's guys hand landing, catching fish. There's guys pulling harnesses, catching fish. What's up, Finny? Mom let you out? Just the river fishing is stupid easy. I might go drag crawlers one day just for the hell of it, just to see if I can catch a limit too. But I don't know. I have fun chasing other things. I grew up fishing Erie and caught plenty of walleye in my life. But out in the lake, trolling cranks, get out to buoy 27, work that main channel, the dumping grounds, the deeper waters off of Stony Point. Just tons of walleye in the system right now, guys. Walleye fishermen, you've got it easy. You'll know why I'm saying walleye fishermen had it easy this year when I get into the bass report later. So, for you guys chasing esox out here, the past week or two, the bite has gotten a little bit tougher with the big, huge warm-up and all of the extra boat traffic. The fish probably got a little bit of a shock all of a sudden, because it's a little later in the year than all that noise. It finally got nice, jobby nooner, 4th of July weekend. Just has been a busy boater weekends out there on the lake. The muskie have started moving out deeper. I do know a few people that have been jigging some of the river channels, having some success. You might want to, if you've been one of those guys working a lower river, you might want to start moving your way upstream, checking some of those break-offs or break lines. And around Fawn and Stag Island, you might just get lucky and find some fish that no one else knows. Trollers are doing well off the mile roads. If you don't want to go to the Canadian side, do the normal deal over there. Plenty of northern pike around as well. For you guys shore fishing, water temps are not crazy high yet. Some of the diversity is kind of thinned out a little bit. You're still getting bluegill, you're still getting largemouth, still getting some smallmouth and rock bass as well along the shore. You're getting some smaller northern pike. Might be a few big muskies still hanging around, but the shore action is still decent if you can stand the bugs, because the mayfly hatch has been pretty strong this week. Finally, it's a little late, but it's been strong. Caddisflies, gnats and midges, everything's hatching out here, so a lot of bug life near shore. So you get out towards the center of the lake, about 2 miles, there's like not a ton of bugs. You can at least deal with it, but closer to shore, it's been a little bit buggier. Now we're here for the smallmouth bass report. So, there's plenty of people out catching bigger fish than me. I fished the Firecracker for 30 minutes. Normally I catch a couple fish and that's it. And normally they're 3 pounds or more. Well, they're 8 inches. I have no idea what is up with me this year getting nothing but 1 pound, 1.5 pound smallmouth and under. just cannot get away from them. No matter where I go, it's Little Fish City. It is what it is, I guess. I just keep plugging away until I figure it out. A lot of my buddies, they run into Little Fish, and they keep plugging through the area, and they finally start to dial in those bigger fish. It seems like it's really hard to kind of pattern these fish right now because everything has just been so weird and so off. But fish have moved out deep. There are still some fish in that 10 to 14 foot range, but most guys have moved out to that 16 to 18 foot range. Spy baits, crankbaits, drop shots, tubes. We're pretty much in our summer deal right now. I did find a few, 12 inchers up in the river system. Saw a couple other ones that are a little bigger cruising around, but just could not get the big ones to bite. I think the fish that were in the river earlier were those resident fish, or those fish moving down into the lake to spawn, or down in the flats area to spawn. And now these fish are all moving back up into the river now, and we're just starting to see some of that migration now trickle into the channels, but it's not really good yet. But with this warmer weather, we should be getting more closer to a normal summer pattern here shortly out here on the lake. So that's going to do it for this week's report, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. I do want to thank everybody for their comments on the last video. I'll put a link up above over here if you didn't catch that. It's just one of those moments. I was out fishing while I was on vacation with the wife, literally waiting in the middle of a northern Michigan lake that was gin clear, just gorgeous scenery. I just sat down and talked to you here on my phone like I am right now. Just kind of like I was reflecting on why I left Sportsman's Direct last year and where I'm at with everything. So if you hadn't seen that video, go ahead and click up above over here and check that out. I really do appreciate all the comments on that video so far, guys. The private messages I've been getting, it means a lot. It's really helped kind of get me out of the funk I was actually in when I went on vacation and kind of coming out of right now. So hopefully I'll get back to doing videos. Kind of took like a week or 2 weeks off. Just didn't really do much of videoing of any kind. Even when I went out fishing the other day, I didn't really turn the camera on, just kind of hung out, even though I had them with me. So, but yeah, we'll get back to the regular videos. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, click down below, hit that red subscribe button, and ding the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And as always, guys, tight lines, happy casting, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. It helps me, it helps the channel, it helps everyone that likes to catch fish.
Fish, GoPro.